Yeah, Broadway is back.
Finally. It's been way too long.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Let's catch a musical.
Babe, that's an awesome idea.
How about this one?
Now that one's got a great cast, but the music, I wasn't feeling it.
How about that one?
Now that one's got an amazing choreographer, awesome spectacle, but I don't know, the music just didn't do it for me.
I got it. Rock of Ages.
Now that's a great show, but that lead guy, not so much. You know what? I got a great idea.
Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we grow up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
sometimes trying and delicious foods,
Weekly horoscope updates,
an occasional flying duck.
some sparkle dust,
Don't forget my bell,
and my wand.
with our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow, comment live, or call right into the show at 888-994-4995, Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
The Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Dawn, where's the snooze button?
Ready, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button.
Morning, morning, morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy hump day.
Happy hump day to you
And
too.
how was the walking wounded?
Ooh, what a day, I gotta tell you.
You know?
I had
This is my new thing.
I had a dental implant yesterday, and I guess she said it went really well. Now I just have to recover from it. So I had the implant, I had the tooth restored temporarily. It stays for 3 months, and then I have to go back and have another one put on.
I don't want to hear what you got to do. Just get it out the way because there's
so-
things we have to do.
So that was the day. It's a little achy, but not swollen, I don't think. Although if I asked you, you'll tell me I am swollen and
Yeah,
lopsided.
you look pretty good.
It's not too bad, right?
Yeah.
Considering
There's no facial swelling.
it's all on the inside. I know.
Does it hurt?
It's kind of a little achy, I gotta tell you, because all the way up, they have to lift my sinuses because it's an upper tooth.
Doesn't the rabbi go like this?
And she went in, she's like, there was no tooth left. She's like, there was no saving that tooth.
Really?
But I have to tell you, she went to college with Chelsea, so she's 31. She's a periodontist. Then I went to the dentist, and he restored the tooth, and he's in the process of taking over his dad's dental practice. He's 30.
What do you mean restore the tooth? You just told me you didn't have a tooth.
He had to put a fake one in. Yeah, so we had to build it up with compound and resin and whatever they do to make it look like a tooth. But I have to tell you, to see this next generation step up into leadership roles is truly amazing to me because they're young. They're our kids' age. They're 31, they're 30, and they're running dental practices and they're doing surgery and you could just see running all the intricacies of leadership. And I sit back and I'm like, that's
They're
just,
dentists, Dawn.
but they're 30. I mean, remember what you were doing at 30? I remember when we moved here.
Yeah, but I wasn't a dentist. If I was a dentist, I would have been doing dentist stuff.
I remember
at
we
30.
moved here and I just had Chelsea. Chuck was 30 when Chelsea was born. We moved here. He was getting into medical practice. I don't remember being that grown up. Maybe I wasn't. I don't know. But to watch this generation step up and do what they're doing, it made me think of our crew, it made me think of our kids and what they're doing. What would it be like? Like, what would Aaron be like running a practice? What would
I don't see him
Freddie,
as a dentist.
but
I
running a law
definitely don't
practice?
see Freddie
For
doing
running a
that.
law practice, whatever it is as leadership, Freddie running a mortgage or whatever he's doing, to see them step up and run businesses was
How
amazing
much
to me.
anesthesia did they
A
give you?
lot.
Now, I was watching Chicago.
But I was awake for the whole thing.
Chicago Fire last night. You guys know what Chicago Fire is? The
Yeah,
show?
I like
Chicago
that show.
Fire?
Mhm.
Okay, so Chicago Fire, and it reminded me of you because they had a dentist scene in there, and they used cadavers' teeth. They polish them up, they clean them up, disinfect them, clean them up, and then they use the oversize and they bring them down
To fit.
to fit people's mouths, because you ever notice that the last thing on a body that decomposes is the head,
The
and
bone.
the teeth stay in place
Except for
forever.
me, I think that'll be the first thing to decompose.
So I was going to call you and says, do you need a cadaver?
Don't even make me laugh. I
Boom,
gotta
boom.
tell you.
I'm only kidding. But I did watch Chicago Fire. It was about something else.
But here I am, so things to do. And then you sent me the piece that Josh did yesterday on our show on Monday. I was cracking up when you talked about the moon being created by whomever. And we said, who created it? And Frank goes, Carol? And Sally goes, see, now I'm validated. I was rolling on the floor. He's just so straight pan, Frank Ruffalo, what he said. Have you seen the piece?
Yeah, I was here.
Were you laughing when he did it?
No, when you edit it, when you see it being edited, you stop laughing after the first 10 times. And he cut it from 5 minutes to 3 minutes, right? And
It was hilarious.
I think that we did another one, if I'm not mistaken. J-Lo has one for It All Starts With You.
Okay, it was so funny. I loved that whole concept. And Sally, and then I get home that night after Monday, and Chuck was talking to one of his former partners about something, and he says to me, and Carol just went through blah, 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 blah. And he goes through this whole diatribe for like 45 minutes. And I said, well, the psychic was in, Sally was in. He goes, oh, does she ever say anything about me? I go, if you'd stop a minute, I could actually have a conversation with you, because she wanted to know who Carol was and how she was important. He went, what? I said, yeah.
Chuck wants Sally to
talk about him. I go, well, here's a message from Carol for you. Because this is the partner's wife. He says, well, she didn't leave a message. I go, well, maybe the message was through him, through Carol, through me to you. Maybe this is the message of what it is. He could not even believe it, I got to tell you.
That's
It was
hilarious.
funny, though. But there was Carol again on Monday.
I want to wish everybody on the Tampa side of Florida, north, much, stay safe, and let people know on this side that you guys are okay. I have Gio's family is up in Jacksonville.
Did they stay?
They stayed. And they said the winds were beginning to howl up there. I called Gio last night when the storm was parallel to
Tampa?
Bradenton, which is south of Tampa. They're talking about 16-foot swells. That's almost 2 stories of water. This is 8 feet, so you got to go another 8 feet is where the water line hits.
I heard they evacuated the barrier islands off of Tampa also,
They
and that's
did?
where the hospital is. So
They-
they got a whole lot of stuff going on there.
Not only that, but I saw pictures of outside the Marriott Hotel, which is in Tampa's airport. Now, the hurricane you guys had, one after the other, I flew down because I wanted to be in a
It's
hurricane.
2015, I think.
I flew down, and I was at that airport. It's a bunker, and the water line is so tremendous. It had to be 4 or 5 feet. It's a lot of water. If you look at it, that doorway is about 6 feet, maybe a foot under, is where the water is in Tampa.
They said
Tampa.
Perry, Florida. I guess they haven't had a hurricane of this magnitude any time in modern history. I guess we're going
Neither
to
has
see.
Tallahassee. This event has never occurred this far north.
Did your sister have friends up in Tallahassee that went to school at FSU or Florida State and Gulf Coast? Apparently, because your sister's a junior, right? So I bet she has. But she must have some friends that started school, or no, not yet. They said all these kids had to come home. They were in school for a week. They went up to FSU. They moved in, school started, just like FAU. And they had to come home.
They
Test.
They had an island where they evacuated everybody on purpose because they didn't want anybody behind. They didn't want to have to go save them. They were very, very blunt yesterday on television. Listen, if you pick to stay, you pick to stay. Don't be running onto your roof saying, hey, help me, because there's no getting you. I'm telling you now, and this is the sheriff telling people,
I know.
I'm telling you now, I'm not coming to get you.
They say winds over 40 miles an hour. Everyone was staying inside. All the first responders they were not sending out into harm's way.
I mean, how do you do that? Especially the islands. Some of those islands are desolate, in the middle of
They
nowhere.
said not until after the storm because they have a responsibility to the families of our first responders to keep them safe also. You can't send, the only people out in the middle of the storm are our correspondents. And I don't understand why the correspondents are out in the middle of this
Because
also.
they get paid military pay.
Yeah, the weather people,
Weather
right.
They get military pay.
Military
It's
pay.
fun. Yeah,
The news correspondents?
yeah.
Really?
Same thing when you go cover a war. You ever see, why is this woman with a helmet in the middle of Ukraine and they're firing missiles and bullets over her and she's ducking? She's getting military pay. You get good money for doing that, risking your life. But that's what they want to do.
So I hope everyone's okay. I don't know the housing structures there. I don't know what's going to withstand and what not.
Gio told me that the problem is the housing structure.
Bless you.
He
Yeah.
told me there's a lot of wood
Sneeze on the truth.
structures, a lot of fragile structure, and listen, you just wish for the best. I tried to get my son to come over. He said he was going to stay. He does live on the second floor, so we'll see. He doesn't answer me.
Well, I think that he's probably, the worst is probably past him already.
Correct.
We got some bad storms last night.
We were filming in here, the new view. It was me and G-Man, and I think Zorro, I sent her home because it was howling
It was
right
bad.
after you left.
It was bad last
I
night.
thought this window was coming in.
I was scared at school or in class.
When you drove, was it bad, the
No.
wind?
No. I got inside the classroom.
And it
fine,
started to howl?
Then it started, yeah.
78-mile-an-hour winds last night.
Here? Tonight's a blue moon, which is only making the storm worse. It's raising tides and everything.
Oh, is it? I was afraid because I wanted to go out and capture take photos of the supermoon because I know it won't happen for another 9 years or something like that.
2037 or something.
I was afraid that it was going to be cloudy out tonight. But
Was
I
it?
think we should be
Oh,
fine.
it's tonight?
Last night it was pretty
was
cloudy. But I
Tonight
think we
you'll
should
get
be
a
fine
good shot
tonight.
of it, yeah.
Tonight, yep, a blue moon.
There are people taking shots, beautiful shots of what's happening in Tampa on the ocean. The water's in 4.5 feet. I mean, what are you doing? Don't take those things. Just relax. Go home. Get
Mother
off the
Nature is
street.
Mother Nature. Don't mess with her.
You know, I see people walking in the streets in Tampa. And why are you walking in the streets? Why are you doing that? What is wrong with people?
You would.
No, I wouldn't.
You came in to chase hurricanes in 2005.
That's when I was young and stupid.
So maybe they're young and figuring it out. Freddie
Right.
changed all the microphones during the new view.
Well, Dawn didn't let me put them back. 'Cause
All I
she's-
did was put the one back that was on the floor and I
I
put it
changed
over there.
these. You
I
just,
didn't change these.
I changed them, but you didn't give me a chance to do it. It was already all lit up and ready to go, and no patience.
No, I walk in and I got pizza boxes and chicken wing bags and old cups of coffee. I swear, like mom goes on vacation
First
for
of all,
a
I left
day.
a cup of coffee on the set with a thing of water. That was mine.
Ooh.
And then the pizza boxes were here because last night when it started to howl, I had to send G-Man home. He had to go into that thing. So I said, everybody out, and we'll clean tomorrow.
Only I got in before anybody else.
But you don't have to, just leave it alone. Just stay out of the way. I swear to God, I'm gonna go. This thing you're home.
I ordered Walmart. I go in the back and everything is still in the bags. I actually ordered cookies and stuff for the kids. They were
We
still in the
didn't
bag.
know what to do with it because you don't tell us that Walmart, the moment you told me it was coming, you
Yes.
didn't tell me what to do with the stuff.
Put it away
Where?
where it goes.
No. There's the Dawn Zone. Dawn, where is this? Oh,
Royce, if you bring cleaning supplies into your house, what do you do with it? Okay, cleans, or you put it away.
You
Cleans-
see? Where would you put it in here? Where would you put the cleaning supplies away? I mean, neither. Now, I tell
Auntie,
you,
can you grab the mic that's on the counter over there?
I tell you, right?
To your
no,
right.
To your right.
To your
To
right,
your right. The other right.
on the
That's
desk,
your left.
on the
Try
desk,
your right.
on your desk, put right there.
You don't know your right from your left? What's the matter with you?
Left.
So the only one that knows the cleaning apparatus is here is G-Man. He
okay.
knows how the mixtures are and everything else.
Really?
She knows also. I should have asked her where the stuff
She's got an
goes.
overnight bag now. Because first aid wasn't enough.
Are your bags getting bigger or smaller?
Know what you got?
Oh,
That's
that's
your
your
what?
computer bag. Turn around. Oh. I see your bag matches your blouse. You're just like one giant
Flower.
blouse.
A giant flower.
You missed the conversation yesterday.
Sure.
Her and him and whoever the hell else was in here talking about cartoons. Now, I know
Animation?
it is cartoon.
Anime?
No, anime. It's cartoons.
No.
You remember Speed Racer?
Sure.
That was the first anime.
It could have been.
No, that could have been. It was. I looked
Okay.
it up.
Astro Boy?
No, that was the second one.
If you want to talk about anime, I think it's Astro Boy because I think Speed Racer was an American cartoon
It was an American anime.
What makes anime anime?
produced in Japan.
Okay. Same type of style, but it's produced in Japan.
People.
Yeah, so it's
Different characters.
so it's American A. American A.
American, eh?
You remember Gigantor? Gigantor.
No, but you do.
Yeah, again, it was
Gigantor.
anime, but it was made in America.
Okay.
So what do you call something made in America?
An animation.
No, if it's an anime in Japan, it's got to, and I'm going to tell you something. Nobody should watch anime. It is disgustingly brutal. And
They watch it here every day for lunch.
They're nuts. And you should see G-Men.
180 of that comment because yesterday you were like, it's for children.
No, until he showed me the ones that are not for children.
Yeah.
Things blowing up. And so I said to them, we're all going, all of us are going to see The Exorcist.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're going. Oh, you're going. Oh, we're all going. If you could do anime, you could do Exorcist Part 2.
No.
Why?
That is not the same at all.
What are you talking about? If my head spins around in
I
a
have-
360, it's the same thing as an anime blowing up.
I have The Exorcist like in on DVD, and I have to have that safely put away, you know, protected with spirits around it and all that, because I get scared of just looking at the DVD.
Are you
Yes.
serious?
Why do you have it? I don't think I could do
I
it.
don't know. I'm big into horror, so like as a little kid, I
Well,
wanted to get
I'd
it.
be
I
afraid to
found
stir up
out
the
the movies
entities.
of Del Rey will not be showing it.
They don't want to bring it in.
She's showing it at Lake Worth. She doesn't want to bring it in. I want you to bring that DVD. I
No.
want to rent the
No.
big screen. What do you mean no?
No. Because you leave the spirits alone
It's
in
a
here.
movie.
No, look what
it's
happened to
already
Linda
over
Blair.
50 years.
Look what happened to Linda Blair.
On production.
Well, people got hurt and things blew up and people died. Yes.
Oh,
So
But that happens all the time.
exactly why we're not bringing it in here.
Mission Impossible. He broke his ankle.
that's
Not
his
quite the
fault.
same thing.
Linda Blair, career went in the toilet, but that's
Not
choice.
quite the same thing.
Don't be afraid of that. You can't show fear because then you make it grow.
So we just don't do it. I did get to watch 80 for Brady though yesterday.
Oh no, please tell me you did.
Streaming. Have you seen it?
Yes, I did.
Did you see it?
It's the worst movie
It
ever
is
made.
not.
It
Those
looks like
ladies look
yours.
amazing.
Oh,
Did you
didn't
see it?
want-
I didn't get a chance to.
It's on Amazon Prime. I might have
Sleeper.
rented it. I don't know. All I did was click a button. I may have paid for it. I may not have paid for it. But anyway, I watched it.
I'll get Geoflix. I'll get it on there.
Beautiful.
80 for Brady. I have to tell you, those ladies look. Jane Fonda is 85.
Five.
Rita Moreno, 92. Sally Fields is the youngest. She's
But
76.
Rita Moreno, you saw in West Side Story.
But holy
Two.
cow, these ladies look spectacular.
That's why you watch it.
Yes.
So let me get this right. This is me acting on 92. Yeah. So I
That's
look
not how they
spectacular?
acted.
Well, they're still acting.
They were really good.
Some of the most biggest professionals in their field. They know how to act.
So I'm watching this. That was my first movie that I was hanging out on the couch watching. So Chuck comes out. He goes, "You're not." Same thing, your reaction. You're watching this. Next thing I know, watch this play. Watch this play. Because I guess it was the real Super Bowl. So then he's captivated by the real Super Bowl plays and that's the real cameos of the players. And he's sitting watching it.
It was a Super Bowl between the Falcons and the Patriots, right? Okay.
2017. So that was the game where they came back from.
28-3.
Exactly. So that was the game
That was a total humiliation for.
for the Falcons.
For the Falcons.
What a great game for the Patriots.
Yeah, but it's so one-sided.
But think about the marketing of that. Now they have women targeted to watch football, just like on Comcast. So what would you watch? What did I watch that movie for? Not the football. I watched it for the ladies. Imagine putting a Comcast commercial right in there.
Well, the NFL has been targeting women for about 8 years now, that they want more women watching the games. So they have like women's clubs. They got all sorts of women's stuff. So 80 for Brady, which was endorsed by the NFL, is actually a movie that helps try to get attention with the women. But
I knew you would have
Sleeper,
said that. Then I watched another one. I knew you wouldn't like. It's Michael Douglas and Diane Keaton.
I like them.
So then I watched that
What
one.
was the name of the movie?
I don't remember. It's good enough or not good enough. I don't know.
Not good enough.
Was it not good enough? Where he was made me think he was like this grumpy guy, and then he ends up raising his granddaughter for a couple months, and then
I'm
he's
not a
like,
grumpy guy.
then he ends up raising his granddaughter for a couple months, and he has this whole chain of events, and he becomes this loving, wonderful, roller coasting riding grandfather, kind of like you.
I was sent to watch, what's that blue movie?
Blue Beetle.
That crap.
That's the first Hispanic superhero.
Yeah, for DC Comics.
I walked out.
Why? It's your people.
No, my people don't. First of all, they ain't a Latino superhero. Cuchifrito Taco Man, maybe, but
No,
that's
they
about
say
it.
it's a Latino superhero. They said it's the first Latino
Lucha Libre
superhero.
is not a superhero. He's a freaking wrestler. Lucha Libre. Wow, I can't.
wasn't good?
I can't. No, I can't watch it. I walked out. I
Did you
traded
really?
some ticket to something else.
It was supposed to be the first.
No, I'm done with bad movies. And then God got me because the movie I did go see, I tell you, the guy bought 2 tickets, my seat and his.
Why do you think they went on strike?
Because movies are
Everything
so
coming
bad.
out is bad.
Do you know that they're filming in Europe now? To avoid the people on strike, they're using crews and writers from Europe.
I mean, that's what animators used to do. They used to outsource into China, Philippines, all these other people to just do free labor.
They're still
So-
doing it. That's another thing I found out about anime. Tell them about the free labor child thing. We should boycott that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Child labor laws.
Yeah.
They don't have any.
They don't get paid nothing.
Yeah, because what it is there's the original stories come from things called mangas, I believe. The authors will draw and storyboard all that stuff, and then it's sent over to other companies to do the animation side of it.
And how much do the children get paid?
They're not children.
They're children. They're
No,
12-year-old
they're actual
kids.
animators. They're just overworked, way overworked.
How much do they get paid?
I have no idea.
Nothing.
No, they get.
Zippo. Maybe a bowl of rice. You know it. You know it.
Bowl of rice
A bowl of rice.
again. Ever so PC he is.
Oh yeah, if you want to go to lower third real quick.
He has a disclaimer.
Is it a disclaimer?
All right, we got horoscopes. You ready to read some horoscopes?
You want to read them?
Oh yeah, hold up. What hit two? The elements.
Oh, yeah. It even has an intro.
We're going to do some horoscopes. Getting back to the horoscopes. It's very pertinent right now.
Look at this. It has an intro. This
Horoscopes
guy, he was
of the
very
day.
busy.
Josh, you going to read them?
No, because you got the papers over there.
You want to read them or you want me to read them?
I like listening to you read them.
Okay, who are we going to read first? Let's do Josh. 'cause he
Virgos.
put
We
it
got a
up.
lot of Virgos. We got Josh. We got Zach.
Season of Virgo.
We got Zari. You too, Kennedy? When's your birthday?
It's for everyone.
When? 12th. You are the 14th.
You guys were born right after September 11th.
I think she's 17.
You guys were born after September 11th. What year were you born in? Are you?
99.
Thank God it wasn't, 2000, because I would be running it. Oh, you would,
Remember
you would,
2000?
you
Like, I
were,
was in school.
you were 4.
Wow.
You have a long memory, is that what you said? She's just one wacky chick, I'm gonna tell you something. All right, Virgos, self-care and setting boundaries around your time and energy are themes for reflection as the moon in Aquarius opposes Venus retrograde in Leo. Really?
That's why I love having you read them.
What?
I'll look for a different source.
Thank you, because if I wanted to be a moon scientist,
that
rocket
make
ship
sense?
man, no!
Where is it?
I think right formerly to this, it was Leo season.
Okay, thank you. Drink your coffee. Take it easy.
Self-care and setting boundaries around your time of energy are themes of reflection in the moon. So you have to have self-care right now.
As the moon, in Aquarius opposes Venus retrograde in Leo, that makes absolutely no sense to me. The moon squares off with Jupiter and Uranus, not yours, Uranus. You know what I'm saying? Both Uranus. Both in fellow sign Taurus, which could find you embarking on a surprise journey. Okay, so after all of that, you got a big surprise coming. That's really that
Surprise
should say.
journey.
A surprise journey. You may be on a trip. You may be covering a trip. Maybe that's what it tells
Except they're all Virgos.
I got school. So
All Virgos are not virgins. Did you hear that? Do you know what that means?
No.
Let me elaborate.
Please.
Reflection as the moon in Aquarius opposes Venus. How you like me now? Next. Wow, these
Royce,
are...
when's your birthday? What sign are you? Leo.
You're Leo the lion? No wonder why she's like, come here, change that. The moon in Aquarius opposes Venus,
Again.
retrograding your sign. So there's a conflict going on. Leo marking a significant turning point in your relationships. So you got something going on. You got something happening. The moon squares off with Jupiter and Uranus, both in Taurus, which could find you exploring an unexpected career opportunity. Now, that being said, yesterday she took over and put together the piece.
How was
for
that?
Rose.
It was really good for me.
English or Turkish?
It
Dark.
was in English.
English.
Why in Turkish?
Because Rose is from Turkey like you.
No, they
I didn't
communicated.
speak any Turkish.
They communicated a little bit in Turkish, but the whole
Okay.
thing was in English. And we got J-Lo and Mr. A.
Hmm.
You know who that is?
G-Man?
Antonio Banderas.
Oh, okay.
The Banderas.
Is he
man.
coming in today?
I don't know.
okay.
But he actually, they were asking the questions, they took turns, which was a
Nice.
nice switch. And she's putting it all together. So your father was very happy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that.
He was.
He was very happy. I thought he was going to dance at
Did
it.
you stay later?
No.
What
Yes.
do you mean later?
Did you?
Uh,
Rose recorded at
she stayed
2:30.
later than usual.
Yeah, usual.
Okay.
Yeah, she left about 4.
For
Okay.
But that whole thing with Rose, we wrapped it up in an hour.
Nice.
Which was kind of surprising.
And how about you? When's your birthday?
April 22nd.
What sign are you?
Taurus.
Taurus. Taurus Cosberries.
The moon in Aquarius opposes your ruling planet Venus. Boy, Venus in Aquarius, what the hell?
I guess the moon's in Aquarius.
Retrograde in Leo. Oh, I should just skip that because it really doesn't mean anything. Which could find you realizing something important about what you want out of life. So you're at the epitome stages of crossroad, something you want out of life. A surprising invitation to step into the spotlight may arrive as the moon squares off with Jupiter and Uranus, both in your sign Taurus. Okay, so you're going to also have something happen to you that you have always wanted. And the opportunity, don't miss it, don't blink, and don't hold your breath, because it's happening. Interesting. You got to read between the lines of these lines.
Grace is Aquarius.
Yeah. You.
She's really the age of Aquarius, so her moon's in Aquarius.
You're
Okay.
the enemy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Important shifts are taking place in your life, in your relationships, as the moon in your sign, Aquarius, opposes Venus, who is in retrograde, in Leo, whatever. The moon squares off with Jupiter and your ruling planet, Uranus, both in Taurus, finding you making surprise changes at home or in your personal life. Are you in love?
Not that I know of.
Are you dating someone?
No.
You have a
Not
new
that she knows
animal,
of.
a new fish, a new cat?
I don't think so. I mean, I have a new roommate, but like, that's about it.
Well, something's happening in your personal life that's about to change.
How about you? Pisces man?
You could be making an important change in your wellness routine as the moon in Aquarius opposes Venus, retrograde in Leo. I think that's the common denominator. The moon squares off with your ruling planet Jupiter and with
Uranus.
Uranus, both in Taurus, perhaps bringing exciting news. So something important is about to change and it's exciting news. And these, anybody left?
Me?
What is yours?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Who are you?
What is yours?
What's your name?
Aquarium.
Well, I read Aquarium.
Aries.
Oh, my bad.
It's the first one.
You're an Aries? Since when?
Since I was born 5 years and 5 days after
You do know the story of Dawn and no birth certificate. You guys know the story, right?
No.
Nobody knows what year Dawn was really born or what date, because they lost her birth certificate at birth, and nobody can find
And I
it.
must have had one at some point. I have a passport. So at some point, and I got into school.
So her father, the doctor, had one made so she can get into school. But nobody, because the math doesn't work. Dawn is the oldest daughter of the family. And the math doesn't calculate. I mean, how did your parents have you after just being married a week? And there you have the reason why there's no
No,
birth
it was
certificate.
9 months, just not exactly
No, it
9
wasn't 9
months.
months.
A little bit.
No, it wasn't. I know the story. It wasn't. I talked to your mom. She says, hey, you take a week, you take a month, whatever. You
Whatever.
just change the dates.
I'm here anyway.
So we don't really know when she was born. So yours is March 24th.
24th, we
And we're
think.
going to stick with that?
We're sticking with it.
All right. I know you almost 12
Sticking with
years. I
it.
guess that's it. All right. Drama might come to a head in your social life
There you
or
go.
your love life as the moon in Aquarius opposes Venus retrograde in following fire sign Leo. The moon squares off with Jupiter and Uranus, both in Taurus, which could bring an unexpected gift your way. So you're getting a gift, and something in your social life is about to change.
I got a new tooth.
Well, that could be it. There's your gift of paint. I mean, of tooth. And today's
Could have gotten a beautiful piece of jewelry for this tooth, but no. But I'll take the tooth at the moment.
what?
What?
A piece of jewelry.
For what the tooth ended up being. Rose was actually right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about it.
Yeah, and I thought, no.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's just one.
Today's horoscopes are brought to you by Josh, Mr. Metrics, who does a lot of fantastic things. He did that segment yesterday as well.
It was a great piece. How's school going for you, by the way?
Oh, tell her
How,
what happened.
how did it go on Monday?
Tell her about the bomb. Tell her.
Hit a
Oh,
bomb?
it went terrible.
Really?
No, it went pretty good. She actually told me to wrap it up. 'cause
He
I was
went
going
too
to-
long.
Wow.
Yeah. Because she was pushing everything back, so it was like 9:30, and there were still 2 presenters left, me being one of them. So yeah.
Did you go first?
No, he didn't go
No,
till
out of 3
9:30.
people, or out of 4 people, because the teacher was supposed to present one of the articles as well too. I was supposed to go last, but I went second to last because the second to last person couldn't get his presentation up or something like that.
So you went to third.
Yeah, I went third.
So let me ask you, honestly, you saw what, 3 presentations? Or 4? 3, and you were the
3.
3. Who was the best presentation of the 3?
Oh, the other 2 were terrible.
So you were.
Yeah.
Woo woo!
So wait a minute. So once again, you were the leader of that particular segment of that class. No, there's no tete. You just told me they were terrible.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, so we had this conversation before you left. I just want to take the bow because I told you that you
You're
were going to be
taking
the
the
best.
bow?
I am. I told you. I didn't say so because I hate that. But I said to him, he could probably teach this class. And you went in with statistics. They told you to wrap it up because you were afraid that you're going to not have enough to say. And how did all that happen? How did you extend it?
By putting videos in there and podcast stuff where I didn't have to talk, I just hit play and they talk for me.
So you made a presentation
Yeah,
and you got 100.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Woo!
Thank you.
Nice.
So once again, when the next one rolls around, you set the bar now. Everybody's chasing you.
I feel bad.
Why? That's what
Look at
this
that.
game is all about, is being chased.
I told Abraham yesterday because we were going over our first landscape photographs, and I told him, I hope to God my photos, can't use the actual word, but poop on all of the other people's photographs, including Baxton because he's in that class.
I was going to ask you, which one is he in?
He's in
The
my
photography?
photography class.
But do you have to do a delivery on these pictures, or is something you have to
You got to
say?
talk about how you went out to go get the shoot, what was your process behind all of it, and that sort of thing.
The key to the picture is the delivery. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, I know. I kind of picked up on that because everyone was just saying, "Oh yeah, I went out to this place and it was just a nice day out, so I went and shot."
That is
I
what
gotta
you want.
find a story behind each photo, kind of make something up, you know.
Attach a dream to it.
Yeah,
I had a dream the night before. I used to do that.
That's
It's
awesome.
all about delivery. I had a book in my sociology class, a book, because we had to keep a journal. And I used to go to the Wall Street Journal. I used to go to the paper I used to deliver. I used to make up. So she takes it out at the end of the semester, and she pulls mine up. I was so humiliated. I didn't know where to hide. And she says, in all my years, I have never seen such a complete journal. Dude, 95% of it was a bunch of caca. It was Curtis Sweeler. When I met him, I put an article and stuff. She says, this is what it's all about. She brings me up. I was about this big. But I understand what he's going through, because when you have a grasp, like G-Man told him, it's his show. Just do your show in school, and you'll be fine. All of you guys going to school, just
Nice
do your show.
job.
This is why we should continue the show process.
We got to go back to that. Was Shay there?
No, she's finally out of the master's class.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Poor
she
thing.
left? What the hell was she
She's
doing
not in
there?
her master, getting her master, but somehow they put her in a master's class.
I want to congratulate Vive for getting a job at a car dealership.
Oh, nice.
It goes to show you, we restructured his
Resume?
and he practiced a
What's he
little bit.
doing there?
He's a salesman.
Really? Which car dealership?
I don't know yet. He's going to tell us when he comes in. But
Okay.
it's, he doubt ability to get another job in this environment.
Very nice.
So,
Now you got to help Casey.
We talked about that.
She's going to apply to Chick-fil-A. Get some French fries and good Chick-fil-A sauce.
No, I got her a job.
You did?
No,
Why? Why is I spoke to the manager.
Yeah.
They're waiting for her.
Nice.
You know, sometimes it isn't your abilities, but your desire. And the kid is looking for a job, and the lack of desire that I see.
I told her to just go on campus. That's the easiest.
For some reason, she told you no. But why did she say no?
I have no idea.
She
I
said
think
to
it
you,
was
I
too
don't want to
boring
do
or
that.
something like that.
There's a reason why she's not getting hired. I told her to go to Amazon. I said, go with her over there. She doesn't even work there anymore, but go to Amazon, and they'll hire you right there. Right? And she said no. So, to be continued. What's her horoscope say?
She's a Virgo.
Oh, okay. So her Uranus and her Jupiter are fighting.
Ready to wrap this up?
What are we doing today?
We
What
did.
kind
I
of
think
show
we've
we
got Kendra, no?
Oh, that's right. We have Kendra. Kendra Love. Kendra Love is going to be calling in from California, so we can get an update on that. Do you remember the lady that sent us the 2 glasses with you on one and me on the other? Sharon?
Sherry, yeah.
She was in Vegas. She's in Vegas. She moved to Vegas. And I reached out to her and I spoke to her. She would like to be a correspondent for the Brooklyn Cafe live from Vegas and let
Nice.
us know stuff on the strip that's working
Sounds good.
and going on, and some entertainers. Because October 19th, circle it. We're going to put out the POS. Circle it, buy your tickets. We're going to have 2 shows at 2 o'clock and at 7:30 with Johnny T, the many voices and actors of Johnny T. And the second show is going to be Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra coming to your square.
Sounds good to me. All right, nice
Are you in
job.
pain?
I'm just a little tired.
Somebody get me a pill.
No, I can't. No, I can't take anything for another like 6
All right.
hours.
All right, Lucy, listen.
All right. Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe. All of you who are in the storm, please stay inside. Do not go outside. There are down power lines. And if you're watching us, that's even a positive sign. We'll see you in a little bit.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.